Now, I just paid a $30,000 assignment fee on a deal. Okay, it's a mobile home park I bought in Yuma. Its net cash flow is $5,000 a month. But why did I pay them 30 grand and not 50 grand? Do you have any idea, Alonzo?
There could have been something going on with it. Maybe there were some arrears. Maybe there were some repairs that need to be done on some of the homes or something. There was some other factor in there that was going to cost you money.
Yes. Here's the factor. The factor is this is Stephen Crawford, who is also a Sub-2 student. You know, Stephen Crawford, I believe.
Yeah.
So Stephen comes to me and he says, I want $60,000 as an assignment fee. And I said, you know what? That's actually a justifiable dollar amount, right? For that much cash flow. But what I really needed, if I'm going to own a mobile home park in Yuma, what do I own? What do I know about myself in Yuma is I have no boots on the ground.
Yeah, you need a manager for the park.
I need a manager. And I need a manager that cares about my property as much as he would if he owned it himself.
I get what you're going. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So what I did is I not only paid, I went to Stephen and I said, Stephen, he's an awesome story, by the way. He's very similar to you. He got started basically a year ago. Stephen, do you know his story about how he Googled how to get rich? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let me tell you this story real quick. This is really quick. So, Stephen Crawford. Okay. Stephen Crawford Googles. Actually, this is the beginning of the story. So Stephen Crawford lives in Yuma, Arizona, 2 kids, wife, doesn't make more than $3,000 a month. Okay. Not a rich man.
Yeah.
And in San Francisco, that's basically your Whole Foods bill every single month. Right?
Exactly.
So, Stephen Crawford goes to his boss and he says, I need a raise. His boss says, no problem. Go get your pilot's license. And instead of you mixing chemicals for the crop dusting company, you can actually go spread the chemicals in the plane and I'll give you a raise. Stephen goes and gets his pilot's license. Takes a long time to get a pilot's license and it costs money. So Stephen goes through all of that. And then what happens is right when he gets his pilot's license, they give somebody else the job from outside the company that hadn't been with the company since day one. So Steve Crawford's a little bit torqued. And what he says is he says, you know what? I'm not going to stand for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to Google how to get rich. And he literally goes and Googles how to get rich. And it pulls up how it says, go get into real estate. More millionaires are made in real estate than anything else. So what does he then Google? How to get into real estate. Okay. So he Googles how to get into real estate. He finds Steve Trang's podcast on YouTube, finds me, joins the mentorship. 2 weeks later, gets his first 0 down, 0% seller finance deal. And he now makes $1,000 a month from that first deal he ever did.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, a year later, he's done multiple deals, but now a year later, he gets this mobile home park under contract. Okay. And he says, I need to find a buyer. I need to find a buyer. And $60,000, how would that change Stephen Crawford's life when he's used to making $30,000 an entire year? Right? Yeah. So what I did is I told Stephen, I said, Stephen, I want that deal, but I don't have a manager in Yuma. And so what I want to do is I want to take that $60,000 and I want to scratch off $30,000 from it because I'm going to require you, if you sell it to me, I'm going to require you to retain ownership of the park at a small percentage. And you will also be my manager and you will make 10% of my net cash flow per month.
Wow.
So he's going to keep $500 per month roughly in his pocket to continually help and manage the park. And he gets part of the equity. So if the mobile home goes up in value, we sell the deal, he gets a nice big chunk of money. So in this situation, this was a negotiation. He wanted 60. I wanted a manager. I wanted boots on the ground. And he was willing to relinquish $30,000. And I was willing, and not even willing, I almost like needed this in order to make this deal work. I needed somebody in Yuma to live there so I never have to go visit the property. And so in that situation, I paid him $30,000. So the answer to this a lot of times is what you said at the very beginning is, how do I pay an assignment fee on a creative finance deal? Is that I start with kind of a rule of thumb. My rule of thumb personally is every $100 at net cash flows, I will pay $1,000 assignment fee.